I decided it was time to replace these temporary roof bars with some dedicated DIY ones.
So here we have a piece of what's called Unistrut. This material's been around since the 20s and is extremely affordable. There's lots of accessories for it. This is going to make a much better and more cost-effective roof rack for my car. It'll also be quite a bit stronger. After cutting my Unistrut segments to 50 inches across, I shot them with some truck bed liner to give them a little bit more durability long term. They actually are pretty corrosion resistant out of the box, but the black will also look nice with my car. I chose the length of 50 inches because the widest object I probably put on my roof would be something like an 8x4 sheet of plywood, so having a little bit of overhang on those 48-inch wide objects will really help. And then after a little bit of drying time, I'll flip these over, get the other side, and move on to 3D printing the actual little mounts that go underneath. Well, I could have simply used spacers or PVC pipe, as some other people have, to elevate the bars off of the roof of the car. I decided to go on Onshape, which is my favorite CAD program, close second being Tinkercad, and design these little mounts. They'll be very good under compression, and they're made out of PETG, so they should be great in the sun and with heat. I ran out of the gray stuff and I switched to some clear, but I'm going to paint these anyway. I also, on my old Ender here, am printing some bright pink TPU plugs to keep those sharp edges away from my windsurf boards and boats and everything else that I'm going to carry on these racks. Alright, so here are the results. As you can see, I have two extremely low profile roof bars. Now these 3D printed spacers, they could be as high as you want them. I wanted these low. This Unistrut doesn't really flex, but you could make them taller if you felt like it was too close to the roof. This is a very quiet roof rack on the highway, which doesn't matter a lot to me, but it is kind of nice. My previous rack was just so loud. And then I printed these. These are TPU bumpers. They're not super soft, but they're just there to stop, you know, my surfboards and stuff from getting scratched horribly by the metal ends of the Unistrut. And overall, I mean, this was a really inexpensive project. I spent less doing this than I did on the cheap Amazon roof bars that clipped over my door jamb and were causing water leaks and stuff. This is cheaper and they're stronger. I can shake my entire car moving these bars, and I feel like they're completely solid. So I highly recommend trying the Unistrut roof bar method.